Yeah, I thought it was a really well played game by both sides. You're playing for your season, and I thought for the most part both starting pitchers did a really good job coming out. And then it really came down to the bullpens, guys. Some closers got extended. That's what happens in these elimination games. We ran into a couple of baseballs, but I can't say enough about their center fielder. Probably two of the better plays I've seen all year long, and I know Brayden's probably not too fond of him, but those two plays that he made took two extra base hits away from Brayden. But the other guy that I'd like to mention is Curtis Byrne on a day like today when it's 90 degrees and his uniform went from gray to the charcoal gray because he was sweating so much, and did an unbelievable job at blocking pitches. And so I thought overall, I thought Oral Roberts had a phenomenal season. They have great coaches over there, and it was a real battle, and these two guys were a big piece of that. So we're excited to be moving on.
Garrett, for you, longest outing of the year in pitches and in innings. When you're back out there on the ninth and the heat is bearing down, what's going through your mind if you're just trying to close things out?
Quality pitches. Just get the ball down, get it in the zone, and let my defense work, and they did. So it was great.
Garrett, how cool was it for you to be able to have that kind of performance back home?
It was pretty cool. I actually have never pitched here before, living here all my life, so this was the first, and it was awesome.
Kirk, can you talk about his outing?
Yeah, I mean, Garrett did a little bit of this last year for us, if you remember, in the conference tournament. How many innings he took? 4 or 5 innings that time.
The last game was three and a quarter.
Three in the third, 3 and multiple. So, it seems like when our back's up against the wall a little bit, we've extended him. We usually like to keep it between an inning, maybe an inning plus. But in those situations, it's kind of, I thought at the time in the 7th inning, Augie comes in and gets their big left-handed hitter Denny, and at that point I thought, well, we might not have an opportunity in the 9th inning for Garrett. So I thought that was the biggest point in the game, and I wanted to bring in Garrett in that situation, first and second with 1 out against the middle part of their order, and then we'll see what happens after that. But it was nice to see him, continue to maintain his stuff and throw good pitches to finish out the game in the 9th.
Coach, can you talk a bit about what Marcelo was doing right to start the game?
You know what? He actually got away with it a little bit. Like, he wasn't landing his breaking ball that much, but he did a really good job with his fastball, and he threw just enough strikes. Did a good job commanding it to his glove side. And, I think that was the main key. And then he started landing his breaking ball a little bit more. But ultimately, if you can kind of look at who we threw out there today, Marcelo Perez, fourth-year player. Caleb Bolden, 5th-year college student athlete. Brett Walker, 5th year. Augie Milbauer, 5th year. And then Garrett Wright, the young pup, is only his 2nd year. But for me, it was opportunities for guys that have kind of been in these situations before, and you kind of know what you're going to get from them. So, and for Marcelo to lead it off to give us, into the 5th inning, I went out there to take him out, to be honest with you, and kind of looked at him, and he said, "I've got it." And that was one of the better bats of the game against Denny. He threw everything he had. He reared back. He kind of went and got 93 when he really had that much in the tank, and threw some good breaking balls. Denny did a phenomenal job of fouling him off and actually walking. But when we were out there, I kind of just looked at the whole group, the infielders, Marcelo, and they kind of just basically said, "Hey, he's got it." So at that point, you have a group on the field that has Marcelo's back, and Marcelo wants it. So it's real easy for me to turn right back around and give him that opportunity.
Kirk, you already touched on it, but the plays that Curtis made,
Mm-hmm.
The Oral Roberts coach threw out like 12 to 13 pitches that he saved
Sure.
an extra base. Is that what y'all had? I mean, how many did you have him?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be probably pretty close to double digits, and you just got to give credit to the guy, because sometimes when it's 96, 97 and it's a breaking ball that's 90 miles an hour in the dirt, or we're trying to go in and it goes away, it's like Curtis has done that all year. It might not look the prettiest at times, but the guy, he gets it done, and threw out base runners last night, so, and they hit the homer as well. So Curtis you can't say enough about what he's done, and to handle the pitching staff and to be able to really, I would say it's more guts over technique in terms of Curtis. He's probably not going to be found on the catcher's, video 101 of how to block a baseball. But I'll tell you what, I'll take the guy that has some guts and some stuff inside his chest over maybe the prettiest blocker in the world.
Brayden, was feelings just getting that win and advancing on, moving forward from here?
No, yeah, that's awesome. Like you said, that was a really good team. That was a really fun game to play in. We're just very blessed to be able to move on. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Brayden, when you think about the 2 extra base hits that got taken away from you today by great plays to get back up there and to hit a home run, what was the feeling in that moment to know you got a hold of one?
Well, I'm just finally glad that I could hit it over him and not at him. But, sometimes you just got to tip your cap to him. He made 2 really good plays, and there's nothing I can do about it. So it's, just got to go up there and focus on your next at bat.
Who will start tomorrow?
Who do you think I should start? Huh?
I don't know.
We'll let you know.
Is there anyone who's not available for tomorrow?
I'm good.
He's good. Nope, everybody's available, with the exception of probably Riley. At this time of year, you don't want to put anybody in jeopardy. We have some of the best trainers in the country, and so obviously, getting some fluids in Garrett and getting some treatment on him. And this is the time of year where, all the weight training and the stuff that you do away from the field shows up, but you never want to put someone in a position where you put them at risk from an injury perspective. So it's about trust and it's about communication and making sure that we're all on the same page of how guys are feeling. But we have some options in terms of who we're going to start. I think I know who it's going to be, but we also at this time don't know who we're playing.
To that end, is there a matchup you feel is more favorable to y'all for the
Well, we lost to the one team already, so, and then the other team's a national seed, so both pretty good options. It's going to be a good game. At this time it doesn't really matter. Everybody's really good, or like Louisiana de Lafayette just won their conference tournament. You're either really good or you're playing, you're really hot. One of the two. And if you're doing both, those are the teams that usually advance.
Anything else? Coach,
Nothing from Kendall Rogers? the guru? The guru of D1 baseball's here? No questions?
asked all the good questions.
Huh? Nothing from Frogs today either? I'm sorry. I'm looking over here too. Sorry. Yeah.
Coach, good. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank
guys.
you.